So as I was just coming back to the truck, my fuel light came on, and I'm a flatlander down here in Florida, so don't have a lot of hills for this gas to be sloshing around a lot. The thing started cutting out on me with this much fuel in it. Can you see the other side? To me, that is entirely too much fuel to be left over. So when it started bogging, I was jumping up and down on it and going side to side to slosh some fuel in there. So it got enough to get me back to the truck, but it was still kind of seemed like it was, on the verge of bogging again. So I'll follow up with this and see what's going on. So you guys probably just finished watching the trail side video where I had the bike loaded up in my truck and it seemed like it was running out of gas. So to follow up on that, I got home, started looking around like at the tank where the fuel pump sits, and there was very, very little gas in there. So the bike definitely could have ran out of gas, and me jumping up and down on it probably got enough fuel in there to get me back to the truck. But as I was saying in that video, it didn't seem quite right. It was a little sputtery even then, which kind of made me nervous riding it up into the truck, but I just made sure I gave, had a little more speed than usual to get up there in case it did start sputtering on me. But I got it home, fired it up after I splashed some more fuel in there, and fired right up, and it seemed all right. I didn't rev it or anything like that. It was cold. So then fast forward, you'll see in my next video, I made it out to the trail with my 300 XCW to do a comparison, and it wouldn't fire. So here's the next video. Well, for you guys that are been following my new 250 XC, I was supposed to be doing a comparison video between that and my 300 XCW, but unfortunately when I brought this guy out to the trail yesterday, it started right up, died on me, and would not refire. I only had a limited amount of time to ride, so I just continued on the 300. When I got home, I pulled the tank off, pulled the plug. I'll show some pictures of the plug. It was pretty wet. Actually, it's right here, just to make it a little easier. Bear with me. It's definitely wet. So I changed it, figured, okay, should be good. Would not fire. No codes, no nothing. So I took everything back apart. I checked all my connections, right? Made sure we had fuel. I checked all the fuses down here as well. Everything was good. So then I disconnected the battery, let it sit for about 5 minutes, and put it all back together. Tried to fire it, wouldn't start, but I got a tiny bit of a sputter at the very end. So then I was like, all right. I let it sit for 30 seconds, a minute, something like that. Hit it again, and it fired. So maybe just the foul plug. If you look in the starting procedure in the manual, it really just says don't let these bikes idle. Warm up on low idle. So you could use the fast idle. So I did use the fast idle to warm up. Didn't let it idle for very long. And then if you saw my review video, you saw that it was loading up a bit. So I think I'm gonna take it out tomorrow, just this with my daughter, see how it goes. And if not, I already have an appointment on Monday for this thing to go in for service to see what's going on with it. What I don't know from the first ride, the fuel in it was from the dealer, and I don't know what it was pre-mixed at. So this thing calls for 95 octane. So even if you're running 93, it's not enough. So I have some octane booster in there. It's 60 to 1, and we'll go from there.